The past 5 years have yielded a plethora of spectacular action anime. But while you've certainly seen or at least heard of smash hits like My Hero Academia, Black Clover, Demon Slayer, and Jujutsu Kaisen, there are a lot of lesser-known modern action anime that are worth checking out. Love watching hypermuscular dudes brawl in an arena? Try Kengan Ashura. Want something utterly surreal? Try Sarasama. If you're an action fan, there's sure to be something on this list you'll love, and hopefully, there will be a few series you haven't even heard of. 10. Sarasama. As you might expect from something directed by Ikuhara, Sarasama is super weird, but it's also a great time. The Otter Kingdom creates zombies born from humankind's hidden desires. In order to stop these zombies from terrorizing the world, the Kappa Prince Kepi must enlist the help of 3 young boys. By removing a mythological organ called the Shirikodama, the boys can transform into Kappa themselves and engage in highly stylized fights with the zombies. But to gain power, they also have to reveal their innermost selves, and connect with each other emotionally in ways that none of them are prepared for. 9. Hakata Tonkatsu Ramens. Fukuoka seems like a sleepy little town, but it's actually filled with crimes, assassinations, and all kinds of other unsavory things. Detective Zenji Banba is investigating the hitman companies in the area. Meanwhile, the cross-dressing assassin Xianming Lin has just been assigned to take Zenji down. However, Lin is sick of being treated poorly at his job, so instead of going through with the deed, he proposes that he and Zenji team up. But what does he want to team up for exactly? And will Zenji agree? 8. Karakuri Circus. Aside from a rare seizure disorder that can only be managed by watching other people laugh, Narumi Kata leads a fairly ordinary life. That life takes a turn for the weird when he encounters a child being chased by what turns out to be mega-strong humanoid puppets. The boy Masaru Saiga is being targeted by hitmen after taking over his father's company. A white-haired woman named Shirogane appears and summons another puppet, making it possible for the 3 of them to deal with the problem. Now that Narumi is involved, the 3 of them must work together to deal with these strange puppets and the secrets of the past. 7. Kgaster of an Insect Cage. Looking for something a little more fantastical to take the sting out of real-world plagues? Try watching the Netflix original anime Kgaster of an Insect Cage. This series takes place in a world that's been ravaged by a disease called Kgaster that turns humans into dangerous insects. Enter Kidu, a boy whose job is to destroy these insects before they cause any harm. 6. Devil's Line. Who says the Twilight era is over? If you love vampire romance as much as you love action, this show is a great pick. After Tsukasa Teira's friend suddenly reveals himself to be a bloodthirsty vampire, she's rescued by a human-vampire hybrid named Yuki Anze. Partially because of his unique skills as a hybrid, he works as a police officer whose job is to manage dangerous vampire activities. Tsukasa finds herself drawn to him, but can their romance really flourish when Yuki kind of wants to chow down on human flesh? 5. Kurumukuro. Yukaina Shirahane's mother is the head researcher at the United Nations Kurobe Research Institute, an organization that was established to study an ancient artifact. When Yukaina goes to visit her mother, she ends up solving part of the artifact's puzzle. This summons Kenosuke Tokisada Uma, a Sengoku-era samurai who is determined to protect her. The opportunity to do so arises when aliens invade Earth. 4. Kengan Ashura. In the world of Kengan Ashura, business deals are anything but boring. That's because they're settled not through meetings but through gladiatorial battles between hired fighters. Uma Takeda, also known as the Ashura, is an up-and-coming warrior who is hired to represent the Nogi group. His manager is a regular middle-aged man named Kazuo Yamashita. Together, the 2 of them participate in fights hosted by the Kengan Association and try to prove their strength. 3. Dekidenke. After lifeforms called the Gaddle take over most of the world, humanity is confined to a massive fortress called Tank. Within Tank lives a group called the Gears, whose job is to go out and fight the Gaddle. Meanwhile, tankers provide backup and support. Natsum is a tanker, but she wants to see some frontline action. But no matter how hard she tries, she just can't seem to get approved. She starts working as a cleaner for the armor repair team. Their leader, Kabaraji, notices that Natsum has the potential to upend the status quo, and begins mentoring her. 2. Sirius the Jaeger. In an alternate version of 1930s Tokyo that's overrun by vampires, a mysterious group called the Jaegers works to slay them. But what they aren't telling the cops is that they're working to get their hands on the Ark of Sirius, an incredibly powerful artifact that they want to keep out of vampires' hands at all costs. Among their most powerful members is Yuli, a young man who survived a vampire attack that took down his family, or so he believes. 1. Kimono Jihin. Kohachi Inagami is a detective who deals with the occult. His work takes him to a rural Japanese village where the mutilated bodies of livestock have been appearing with seemingly no explanation. As he checks out the area, he encounters a young farmhand named Kabane Kosaka who has been rejected by his peers because of his terrible smell. The boy has no idea what Inugami wants from him, but the two of them find that the world is filled with terrifying creatures called Kimono. Kabane soon finds that he may be more connected to the Kimono than he realizes, and he finds a new purpose in life in fighting against them.